Salute, Flemming from Denmark, aka Cosmetic Birdie, back with another 52 blocks video. In my last video, I covered stepping with the blocks. This video is going to cover shuffling with the blocks. Stepping has a slower pace than shuffling. Shuffling is more a fluent movement, so it serves different purposes. Stepping, you move the leg in the direction you're moving first. So forward, I'm going to move my front leg, rear leg. Backwards, I'm going to move my rear leg, front leg. First, forward, front leg first. Backwards, back leg first. To my right, right leg first, left leg. To my left, left leg, right leg. Right, left, left, right. That's stepping. Shuffling is going to be directly opposite. If I want to move forward, my front leg doesn't move. My rear leg moves, then my front leg moves. And backwards, my backward leg doesn't move. I can take a step back without moving my rear leg, but as I land, the rear leg is moving. To the right, I don't move my right leg. I start with my left leg, boom, boom. And to the left, I start with my right leg, boom, boom. Forward, the rear leg moves first. Backwards, my front leg moves first. Right, my left leg moves first. Left, my right leg moves first. That's shuffling and stepping compared. I always hit Bob and he keeps coming back for more. Why is that? Short answer, he likes it. If you like this video, you should come back for more too. And the best way to do that is just as quick as a 1, 2, hit like, hit subscribe. It actually helps the YouTube algorithm and that helps me to make more videos for you. And as you are enjoying this content, don't forget to share it with your friends so they can enjoy it with you. I appreciate you. Here's what you have to do. I'm back. Okay, we practiced stepping last time and we could practice stepping in a square on the floor. I realize this is a circle, but I'm going to move around in a square. So, 2 steps each direction. That's stepping. Shuffling is going to be more fluent. It has more speed. So, and you can move in a shuffling manner. You can move forwards and to the side and backwards and to the left in a square. But shuffling is really more designed for moving around your opponent in a circle like this. So if you were combining footwork, you could step back and then shuffle to the side. You could step forward and then shuffle around. You can combine things. But shuffling is more of a circular movement used when you're moving away or taking an angle like this. So that's the main difference between shuffling and stepping. And we're gonna use the circle today for shuffling. We're gonna put shuffling to the first 5 blocks. In stepping, I can block his left, I can block his right hand, stepping to the outside like this. Or I can block his left hand, stepping across like this. So if I was blocking his left hand, as we discussed the last time, staying in place, then I would be open for the right hand. But if I move when I cover the left, then his right is over there and I can block. Shuffling is not going to be used like this to go across so much. It's more suited for when the right hand is coming. I'm moving to the outside. Now I'm outside my opponent at a really good angle. Boom, like this. So we're not going to do much cross blocking with the shuffling. So I'm just going to do the skull and crossbones. I'm not going to do it shuffling backwards like this. I'm not going to do it shuffling into him like this. That would be more of a stepping, slow approach. But I'm going to do it in a circle. And the lead skull and crossbones is going to block the right hand. We know that already. So when I'm going to use the lead skull and crossbone with shuffling, I'm just going to be moving to the outside of his right hand, which is towards my left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to block, and as I block, I move. I also have to tell you then that when you shuffle, moving all the way in and all the way out, so the feet are touching like this, could be logical because it's like a switch. When you hit, you move. But it's not a good idea, because if I'm moving like this and my opponent is striking right at this point, I don't really have much balance here. My feet are together. I'm in a weak position. So what I much rather do is move not this close, but this close. Now I'm still sort of grounded. So like this, like this. Don't bring the feet all the way together. Don't bring the feet all the way together. Bring them to the middle and move, to the middle and move. That way you have more balance while you're moving. That being said, I'm gonna move to my left. My skull and crossbones is this. And as my arm is coming up, my right leg, the opposite leg, is moving like this. So together. And as I land, I have my block in place, ready to retract, ready to counter. So my opponent's attack is coming here, and I'm moving to the outside of the attack. His other hand is over here. This hand is extended or coming back, but I have, as my opponent is here, and I'm to the outside here, I have this time, as he's restricting to hit him, all the targets open here and here. And what he has to do is he has to turn into me. And it takes him, as I'm outside, as he's turning, I'm striking. So, as he's turning, I'm striking. That's 1 or 2 free shots before he can turn into me. That's the advantage of moving. And stepping will give you the same thing, but not the same distance. And he has to turn less, and he can counter quicker. Shuffling, as you're moving, boom, you're really getting around him to the outside, ready to move. Boom, you're really getting around him, really getting around him, really getting around him, really getting around him. So that's shuffling. We're just gonna go to the outside. 1 full rotation. Nice and relaxed. Remember, don't bring the feet all the way together. Keep it shorter. So we maintain distance. Okay. Skull and crossbones with shuffling in a circle. You can go slow. Each time you check, coordination. This leg moves with this hand. This happens together. This happens together. And as this foot is landing, the block is all but finished and ready to return. So it's quick. Once more. Boom, boom. You can speed up, or you can speed down and go real slow. Always remember, return to a good fighting stance after the block. Next block is going to be rear skull and crossbones. And with stepping, you know it. But shuffling, you're still moving away from this punch over here, which means you're moving into this punch over here. So shuffling, it's important as you're moving and blocking, you keep this hand high so you're protected from his right hand, because this doesn't give you as much safety. But if your shuffle is big enough and his right hand is here, right here, across my shoulder, as I'm shuffling, I'm now outside the right hand, able to counter. So shuffling gives you more distance and it's quicker. So his left hook is coming, shuffle to the outside, shuffle to the outside, shuffle to the outside, shuffle to the outside. That's the left hook. You got one full rotation, keeping this hand high all the time. You can go slowly. You may notice as I shuffle, I'm landing here and then correcting a little bit. That's because if I'm here, my opponent's closer, I want to really get the angle, so I'm just turning to the side. So now he's really, we're almost like a T. Without the extra step, my shuffling is bringing us to here. I'm coming from here to here, but as I step, I'm coming to here. So I become a T with my counter strong, and he has to make a big adjustment to catch up. So this small adjustment here for me as I'm striking means he has to make a bigger adjustment. Once more around. That's shuffling with the rear closed door. Lead closed door is his overhand right. Still, I'm moving into his other hand over here. So this hand has to be high as well. As I'm moving, I want to come to the outside. I want to be able to check his near hand as I'm countering. So once around, away from this hand over here. Keeping this hand high all of the time. So next one is going to be triangle trade. Blocking, in this case, his left hand, or his right hand, sorry, over here. His right hand. This is his right hand over here. Boom. And I'm covering the right hand. I'm pairing. If it's three right hands, like this, I'm pairing down, I'm blocking the next one, and I'm blocking the last one. If it's right, left, right, I'm blocking the right hand, I'm blocking the left hand, I'm blocking the right hand. So it covers three primarily straight punches. Could cover, if you have a good guard, a round punch as well, but it's designed for straight punches. So I can do my triangle trade both ways. If his right hand is coming from over here, I can move to the outside, block and punch like this. If his left hand is coming, as his left hand is coming here, I can block it down with my first block as I'm moving to the outside of the left hand. So this is good for cross blocking and straight blocking. So we're going to do this one both directions. First, outside the right hand. And then outside his left hand. So in this one, the parry starts a millisecond before the shuffling starts. So we start to block down and then we move to the outside. So we start parrying and then we're outside. And whichever direction you're moving, you start the parry and you move. The other hand stays high all the time. Once in each direction. I parry first, then I move. The other direction. This hand stays high all the time. The same goes for the rear triangle trade. I can parry to the outside of his left hand, moving in this direction, or I can parry to the outside of his right hand. His right hand is coming here, I'm going to the outside, parrying down as I'm moving to the outside, like this. And this hand should stay high. So first, moving outside the left hand, this way. Then cross blocking, moving the other way. Then moving across, outside the right hand. As you're moving outside the right hand, you're moving not only this much, but you're moving this much. As you're moving outside the same side hand, your movement can be smaller because you can check the arm easier. So that's the first 5 blocks. I'm gonna do all 5. I'm gonna move outside his right hand with the skull and crossbones. Then I'm gonna move, continuing in the same direction, outside his left hook with my rear block. Then I'm going to switch direction, moving outside, away from his left hook and away from his overhand right in this direction. And then I'm going to go back alternating directions with the last 2 blocks. So because the last 2 blocks can be cross blocks or even, you can choose your direction. But with the closed door and with the skull and crossbones, I'm pretty much going to go with the skull and crossbones to the outside of the punch, and with the closed door away from the punch. So to the outside, skull and crossbones. And away from the left hook, same direction. And away from the overhand right, the opposite direction. Still keeping this hand strong. Now, with the rear skull and crossbone, rear triangle trade, I can go to the outside and I can go to the inside. So I'm actually going to go both directions with the rear triangle trade, so you can remember it's for both purposes. First to the outside, we always prefer the outside. And then moving across. Then with the lead triangle trade, first to the outside, this direction, then moving across the other direction. Moving across. So to recap, stepping, The direction I'm moving dictates the leg that moves first. Moving forward, I'm moving my lead leg first. Lead, rear. Moving to my rear, I'm moving my rear leg first. Rear, lead. Moving to my right, I'm moving my right leg first. Right, left. Moving to my left, I'm moving my left leg first. Left, right. Shuffling is directly opposite. Moving forwards, I'm gonna move my rear leg first. Rear, lead. Moving backwards, I'm gonna move my lead leg first. Lead, rear. Moving to my right, I'm gonna move my left leg first. Left, right. Moving to my left, I'm gonna move my right leg first. Right, left. That's the difference. This compared to this. That's the difference. Skull and crossbones. We prefer to move to the outside of his right hand with the lead. Rear closed door, we prefer to move away from the hook, making sure we get to the outside of the right hand, which is still dangerous because we're moving across. So outside his right hand, keeping this guard high the entire time. It doesn't help me to move away if my hand is here because his right hand can clip me as I'm moving. So he might be faking the left hook and throwing the right hand, in which case I better be covered as I'm moving to the outside. His overhand right, I'm moving away from the overhand right towards his left. So if he's faking the overhand right and throwing a left hook, then it wouldn't serve me to move away from this with this hand low, because I would be clipped by his feint. So as I'm moving towards his left hand, always keep this hand high so you can catch any incoming punch. As you're moving into it, you're also smothering it, so it will have less power because you are intercepting the punch before it's at its full potential. But if designed to get away from this one and you're surprised by this one, you better have this hand high as well. Okay, the triangle trade, rear triangle trade, we prefer to go to the outside of his hand, outside, away from the other one. But with the triangle trade, if I'm blocking the other one as it's coming, I'm still moving away from his right, his left over there. So it brings me to the outside in each case. And the same with the lead. I prefer to move to the outside of the right hand. But should the left be thrown and I'm reacting with my left hand, I can block the left hand down here as I'm moving to the outside of the left hand away from his right hand. So triangle trade can go to the outside of both punches depending on which hand he's throwing. If you are buying the left hook and moving away from it, you had better keep this hand high. If you're buying the overhand right and moving away from it, you had better keep this hand high as well. With the skull and crossbones, let's say he's feinting his right hand, but I'm moving to the outside, so even if he throws his left hand, I'm still away. And as I'm moving outside the right feint and he's throwing the left, I'm right back here, so the right hand is still protected, because here I'm protected from his right hand and here I'm protected from his right hand, moving to the outside of the right hand, and the left hand is far away. So the skull and crossbones is safe to move to the outside, even if it's a feint. With the closed doors, as you're moving away from the punch, you have to keep the other side safeguarded, because you're moving into his other hand. I'm moving away from this hand and I'm moving right into this one, but I'm covered here and I'm covered here, and I'm also moving, shortening the distance, so even if he's feinting this hand and throwing this hand, as I'm moving into it, I'm not out here at the end of his punch, I'm inside his punch. Here, this is the feint, and I'm moving inside his punch. So now I'm to the inside, I can start my close work. So skull and crossbones, always to the outside. Close door, away from the punch, but make sure that you keep your other side guarded and you smother if he's feinting. Triangle trade, preferably to the outside, but if you started your triangle trade here and he's not throwing this hand, it was a feint and this hand is coming, you can still block it with this hand, moving to the outside. With shuffling, so you are out and about, ready to counter. So that shuffling, fluent movement, yeah. And instead of moving in the four directions of the stepping, we might be stepping back and then shuffling away. We might be stepping in and shuffling to the outside. We might just deliver our counter and shuffle around him to maintain our distance. So shuffling is good for circular movement to the outside of your opponent, around your opponent, like this. And you can change direction. That was a lot of new information. I hope you could use it. This is Flemming from Denmark saying salute. See you on the next one.